Fantastic. All right, we're very excited at Malvern Books to hear the debut of Ultra Cat. So let's get right to it. Kimberly Lambright is a poet and scholar living in Austin, Texas. She studied cultural theory at NYU and creative writing at Eastern Washington University. She's a MacDowell Colony Fellow, and her poems have appeared in Columbia Poetry Review, ZYZZYVA, Sync Review, Bone Banquet, The Boiler, Wicked Alice, and Big Bridge. Her first full-length collection of poems, Ultra Cabin, 2016, is the winner of the 2015 42 Miles Press Poetry Award. Please welcome Kimberly Lambright.
Thank you. Thanks everyone for coming. It means a lot to me, and thanks everyone at Malvern Books for putting this on. It's really special. This is my favorite bookstore in Austin, of course, and so it's really cool to be here. And thanks Ben for reading. It was great. Always fun to read with you. So yeah, these books. This book just came out this month, and they just physically arrived in Austin last night. My press is really dramatic with making sure the books get to places in time. So I just saw this book yesterday. I'm really excited about it, and I'm really happy to read from it tonight. So I hope you like this poems too. I'm going to start with the very last poem. Closing the Estate. You're the decade dream I gave up. I came up like pearl flowers from a grave. The supermoon matters, the cosmos matters, that with matter. The timelessness you invoked was less beneficial than matter. Cities moved for you, rearranged their skirts under tables. Dogs walked sheepishly to the cleaners, to impress you. And then the turn. A normal morning, really. Sun lung, scratch of shadow on the wood paneling. I was at my grandmother's house eating cherries alone. At once I knew I had met you without error. The beauty left me quickly, bird-like, as I dwelt in the dust of the morning sun. So now that we've concluded things, I can begin. Tropical Gems. Open palmed, you show me your trash knees. Still coming down, taut sorrow spanning. My lungs a dream box, dumb blocks of space pain. I just float out. These crystal rocks see the history, your nude hand making treasure. If you ever come back, I will be post-swim pretty. I will fashion the jam and special docs. Banquet. Junk around the drug table. Dark corn. My body remains unlaced. The juiced brain of just desire. Coy burden. What have you stolen that you can give back? City of Roses, aka Portland. Sinful sleep, a ghost-held idea of cherry and white cake. In the rocking, she comes to it, that oblong vision, that delicate number. This poem is actually about my younger sister, who texted me tonight as I was driving here for the first time that I've talked to her for 3 years, so that's interesting. I texted back. I said, long time no Rhoda. Her name is Rhoda, so, and I haven't checked my phone, so it's very interesting. 3 years is a long time. Postcard number 173. Empathy is a eucalyptic kitchen. Wax plant leaves. My voice asleep in the porch light. Mildew, and I drew my breath, fell blind, fell numbered into my dissertation. Tonight, my sister palms the felted pool table, hungry, compressed. About her, there is kicking, whole towns of ruin. Thematic white. Subsequent sounding, what a setup. Evening walk in the sway, descended alterity. The sky itself an independent form. They always want sigh, consent, sigh, ceremony. You're hardly legible in those crafty coats. Stable without your proof, what's available? This grid is wholly almond, wholly almost. North Loop. The light tricks real shade on Survival Island. Realms of coconut groves take care beside an Atlantic as unlocked as I'm becoming. My pounded wonder topples gold. Denned indoors still, the dark rolls over mood water to remove love. All is flux. Your child is too big for a stroller. Think Godzilla stuck in my German notebook. Think ice, think Willy Wonka, archery camp. Think definition, think list. I'm not terrible, and you can always not follow a rule. If I weren't always late, where would I be? Timely, groomed, fed, tended in those night hours. But instead, I gleam like a piece of the Brooklyn sky. I am my own example. People are talking about Clinton again. Bill Clinton. This is like written a couple years ago. Although, I am really excited that my book is coming out when we're probably going to elect a woman president, so that's exciting, right? I mean, I love Bernie Sanders, but also, woman president, pretty amazing. People are talking about Clinton again. I waited in Mecca Cafe for you. You were overwhelmed. I ate a roast beef sandwich with gravy and mashed potatoes and waited. You didn't come, you were overwhelmed. I had a whiskey Coke, talked to the waitress. You didn't show, who knew where you were overwhelmed. I tapped my fingers on the table. I paid my check. I saw a flyer about baby mice on the way out. I walked down the street, you were overwhelmed. Or was it baby ice? I made up my mind. In the Alaska aftermath, the eyelid mountain crests thefts toward the ultra cabin. I cure the supermarket, and there's always a girl being injured perfectly. Her eyes are wolf eyes. They will pin you down, make you over. Badlands. Tell me again about the torched canyon walls, the soil in the valley at the ridge. Tell me if the land is banished like you, your trousers, the stoned meat in your skull. All evening listening when you aren't talking. I hear only the knelt down cavern floor arrested in your light. Cob this errant hollow stalk of me. Mystery. Rodents clog the rental car to Philadelphia, where the astronaut paints his microwave black. His mood stiffens. I tip and set my face, clinically charmed. Elsewhere, the birds enter Walgreens and become priced objects. Nail polish, 1 hour photo, licorice. I don't shop. I wait in the car like rigor mortis. In the field of lemon afterglow. Your worry canoe slows to anatomy, floral lime paper against the breakfast table. I'm here to tell you even honor fades in the outback, the glim-glum, and that you will make it. All the myth, the decoration, the raft of your pearl. It will bog as you remain in the heavy sky and the bronze ring, your tonality lit with incubation. I hallucinate your rib temper. I unfurl the arc of your blueberry forest fever dream. Let's keep reading a couple more here. Enemy. I leash my blue to the lit hallway, trilled by sisters bent and stammering, and this dog barking, his brown sag, the pencil eraser pink of his gums sloshing in saliva. Not for hunger. That's your problem. Your bowl to dip. Aim. You're doing the blue things in far fields. Off in that potato land, my mind folded like a daughter, the rich glance of the year. When we last spoke, you didn't need a black-haired girl screaming love you so much into the remarkable spaces of your jacket. Trying to cry, crying too, trying for you to bend and spend. I said lateral and I meant revert. You said love and you meant flattery. That girl is skating again. Who skates? Today the moon wore yellow and wrote an ode. It was full of laziness. It was the type of ode you say without conviction, as if you'd earned a black flower. So quiet up here. Patagonia. 1. Jawline. The evening's landfall blue, the Andes unbuckling. I tended to be rigid within the basalts, the burnout. No, I don't want to party. Take your white eyes to the broken sea. My thinking follows a line, logocentric beneath your situation. 2. Floral parka. The hikers traveled widely, speed and lucking. The heritage form. I remained cold at the medieval furnace, wanting to establish an archive of elected hummingbirds, structuralism, of buttons sewn and replete. 3. Green-white. It blows so hard when you're alone. You can hear the blown worlds wafering by you. I stuck 3 pancakes in your hand and begged. You palmed my shoulders to the canyon wall. Like everyone, I spent the first half of my life in bed with the overlord. 4. Trill. My slag. Drawn to the orographic winter within. My face is modern. I'm trying to say everything in the mint wash of my modern face. Southern California announcement. You're really getting places reading that Bible over and over. This is so current I can't think of it. That's what I think of you. Walk off your cherry undertone head. I could stay up all night watching E profile your dumb black hair. There was one moment in 1989 when you really surprised me. The batter in the kitchen circled for hours. You move your dull body from room to room, and this time it's bad news. It's also about my younger sister. She's not really like a theme of my life, but that's interesting. A limit situation. Punch him in the top of the head, like a bop. I don't mind the calculation or the law stacked at your dresser, or even the other wife in the other state smoking cigarettes. Like a standardized test, I'm made to instigate guessing. Guessing is the only way to take advantage of your partial knowledge. Upon a close reading, oven-baked wheat, or the giant expression on my face. To say a giant expression isn't to tell you what, but how much. And this is how you talk to me, in levels, in saying if it was this, it would be this much. As if I am driven by amount. I am driven by amount. Just a couple more here. In recovery. The bigots are talking about divine rescue and tossing confetti, stepping out of vanilla land. So in recovery would be in recovery from fundamental Christianity, to give a little context, not from drugs, which I think is interesting. But the bigots are talking about divine rescue and tossing confetti, stepping out of vanilla land. Yawning among the UFOs, we were young, sitting on the cooler at that warehouse New Year's party. Blueberry pie, somewhere in Bushwick, eroding moon shading your inspirational hair, thin volume of Gestalt theory under your arm. I try to be substance over style, although my soft grunge needs like mercy into the felted backseats. A postmodern tabulation in lavender-tinted aviators. I'm washed out, but I'm ultimate. And I'll just read a couple more. Peach Yard. Treetops of fig overlook the orange owl and fireweed of late capitalism. Sweet collusion, cold burn, apanglow alluvial, dirt strata amok in wrecked light. You yank and you jam. Margot. Liquid elocution, what a fox. The pressing and the majestic indent, I colored on the line. Along the ridge, my sister came back. She was a refracting jewel, predicting my mood of wool, my mulled wood. She took my hand, but it was a lie. I am the hungry one, never passive, giving passage, only pressure. The flannel idea brought comfort, and the window fell open to a gray pastoral. The type of baking that renders emergency dull. Let's see, there's one more. So interesting and quiet. I mean, I wonder if I could stand up here for like 3 full minutes of silence. That would be interesting. It's like the middle child's dream. Okay, New Year. No more about the body, its suitcase skin. No more about wisdom, that shocked evening. To have at once the third item. The eye in the whole of the ship turning. He must know of me, how I case him.